introduce our chief guest, Benana.
The president of the Fiji Institute of Accountants is now the president of the International Federation of Accountants, Rachel Brown. The Fiji Institute of Accountants, council members, distinguished speakers, the Congress sponsors, the hardworking chairman of the organizing committee, just saying, delegates, the chiefs of the people who know what to run on and around. Ladies and gentlemen, this humble and very good morning to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I'd like to acknowledge and thank the Fiji Institute of Accountants for inviting me to deliver the keynote address this morning. My wife, Sarah, and I would also like to thank you for the wonderful dinner you hosted last night. This is my first engagement, as you've heard, with the Fiji Institute of Accountants Congress, and I deem it a great honor and pleasure to address such a forum which is made up of so many experienced and highly qualified professionals, and our special friends and guests, our respected speakers and presenters from overseas. I understand that we have representatives from various sectors of the economy, from the corporate, non-government and government, from the region and abroad, and many who are leaders in their industry. I also believe that we are all here today, not only to listen, but most importantly, to collaborate and to synergize your efforts as experts in your various fields, and in turn, contribute to building an even stronger and more resilient Fijian economy. I'm sure we would all agree that we should also acknowledge with much appreciation and gratitude the two major sponsors, as you've heard, Vodafone Fiji and Westpac Banking Corporation, as well as the other secondary sponsors, for supporting such an august body of accounting professionals. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, since the establishment of the Fiji Institute of Accountants in 1971, the FIA has achieved recognition as a premier accounting body not only here in Fiji, but also regionally for its contribution to education, professional development, and the maintenance of high accounting, auditing, and ethical standards. Now, this annual event, being the 46th Congress and widely regarded as Fiji's premier business forum, is testament to the work of the Institute and the reputation it has built over decades. FIA works to lead, develop, facilitate, and support accounting, assurance, finance, and business advisory professionals to excel in their roles and contribute to building Fiji and the region through fostering public confidence, exercising highest ethical standards, delivery of quality service, providing professional advice and expertise, and commitment and devoted sense of duty to its members and the community at large. Now, this is no easy feat, and I must commend the Institute and its council members, both past and present, for the hard work you have done and continue to do so, for your members who have a shared passion and vision. Congratulations to all well done, members and everyone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the theme for the Congress this year is growth through synergy, collaboration, innovation, and resilience. This is a very fitting theme, especially at a time when the Fijian economy is expanding progressively and consistently. Our infrastructure and institutions are improving. There is increasing digital connectivity and availability of advanced technology, and we have an unprecedented standing in the international arena. These positive developments, as outlined in the Fijian government's 5-year and the 20-year National Development Plan, provide a sound platform for progressive modernization of Fiji's economy. Now, to continue to develop these achievements, we need to align ourselves to the National Development Plan to position Fiji as the hub of economic activity and regional engagement within the Pacific. Now, there is potential that is yet to be realized, and it can only be possible through our collaborated efforts, through new and innovative approaches, and building a more resilient economy. As Fiji's present head of state, I consider it my duty and responsibility to encourage you to pursue excellence in transforming Fiji into a forward-thinking nation based on good governance and sound development policies that embraces industry, that embraces inclusivity, green growth, and sustainable development. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to note that Fiji's economy has, for the first time in the country's post-independence era, experienced 8 consecutive years of economic growth, with the 9th to be officially confirmed soon. Now, Fiji has experienced an average growth of about 4.5% over the past 5 years, with the highest at 5.6% recorded in 2014, being the most recorded for decades. Now, investments have been key to the upward growth, contributing to over 25% of Fiji's gross domestic product. Now, ladies and gentlemen, climate change and its subsequent adaptation impacts is one area of national concern that is urging us from rural communities experiencing receding shorelines to policymakers to become innovative through smart solutions. Now, one of those smart solutions is the sustainable financing of adaptation programs through the green bonds. As you're aware, in late last year, 2017, the Fijian government launched Fiji's first ever sovereign green bonds intended to finance sustain climate adaptation. Now, in doing so, Fiji became the first emerging market, the first in the Southern Hemisphere and the third globally after similar green bonds when the governments of France and Poland issued climate bonds. Now, Fiji's climate bond initiative is being supported by the International Finance Corporation and the World Bank. Now, having set this benchmark, Fiji was recently recognized as a Green Bond Pioneer at the 3rd Annual Green Bond Pioneer Awards during the Climate Bonds 2018 Annual Conference in London. Now, the investment potential is enormous, with the aim to raise a total of about 100 million Fijian dollars to support climate change mitigation and adaptation projects that will adhere to the Green Bond framework. Now, seeing that Fiji's National Development Plan shares critical cross-cutting issues such as climate change, green growth, the environment, gender equality, disability, and governance, we need to be asking ourselves a few critical questions, not only as individuals, but also as organizations. Now, the first question being, how are we collaborating as businesses and governments to enable actions for economic growth? Secondly, how are we promoting resilient and sustainable business practices? And lastly, how are we leveraging innovation and advances in technologies to support economic growth? I would like to urge you all to make the necessary reflections during your comments. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals clearly outlines our commitment to work to build dynamic, sustainable, innovative, and people-centered economies, promoting youth employment and women's economic empowerment, in particular, and decent work for all. Now, the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, goal number 8 is to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Now, we have this shared vision, and one way to achieve this is through forums such as this, the Fiji Institute of Accountants Congress. And it's my hope that over the next 2 days, you will reflect on this global and national commitment and collaborate, find innovative ways to build a more resilient Fijian economy. Ladies and gentlemen, the final point before I conclude, in this ever-changing and rapidly advancing technological society, there has been much discussion on the possibility that the accounting profession will become less relevant and may even become obsolete in the years to come. I'm certainly not an accountant by profession, but I'm encouraged by the views of several experts whose thoughts on the issue I'd like to share with you this morning. By the way, it is no coincidence that I will be sharing the views of three important and highly qualified females. In my additional capacity as the Chancellor of the University of Salt Lake City, I've had the pleasure and opportunity over the past year to officiate in the graduation ceremonies at the USP's campus right throughout the Pacific, and where the fair agenda had been greater in number of graduates. Congratulations to all our women and our girls for bringing the challenge to the main forward. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Kirsten Gillan, Technical Manager at the Institute of Chartered Accountants, England and Wales, IP faculty says, and I quote, that the accounting profession has been very adaptable in the past and has embraced many ways of automation. Think of the arrival of computers in the finance departments, the appearance of spreadsheets, and now artificial intelligence of big data. She says that there is no reason to think a profession cannot adapt this time. Ms. Helen Roxburgh, an author and accounting and finance expert, says, and I quote again, accountants have always been essential to building trust in business that is essential for strong local and national economies to thrive. Accountancy will continue to change and develop. But whatever happens, it is clear that society will continue to require the services and judgment of qualified, skilled accounting professionals like you. And finally, Ms. Sabrina Parsons, CEO of Palo Alto Software, says that, and I quote again, real business growth requires strategy and the ability to question and pivot if necessary. Artificial intelligence may never be able to provide something complex and intuitive. The bottom line is that artificial intelligence cannot listen to your clients. Only the human advisor can do that. Listening to the client's goals, their wishes, their hopes, dreams, fears, worries, etc., is what sets a human advisor apart from the bot. Accountants can take the fruits of artificial intelligence and inject a level of strategic analysis that would not otherwise be available to the client unquote. What words of wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, I once again thank Fiji Institute of Accountants for inviting me to officially open your 46th conference this morning. And on behalf of all Fijians, I wish you all a very successful 2 days of networking and collaborative dialogue, and it's a great pleasure that I can declare Congress open. Now, we thank you, and may Almighty God bless you